Once I lived the life of a millionaire, spending all my money, I didn't care. I carried my friends out for a good time, buying bootleg liquor, champagne and wine. Then I began to fall so low. I didn't have a friend and no place to go. So if I ever get my hands on a dollar again, I'm gonna hold on to it till them eagles grin. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. In my pocket, not one penny, and my friends, I haven't any. But if I ever get on my feet again, then I'll meet my long lost friends. It's mighty strange, without a doubt. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. I mean, when you're down and out. When you're down and out. Not one penny. Not a friend and no place to go. Da 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 da. Down and out. I mean, when you're down and out.
In a disillusioned state, I was walking home one day. My dead-end life was all work and no play. And from the corner of my eye, someone beckoned to me. He said, "Come play the ukulele, you see the new way. You'll be filled with love from the skies above. Ukuleles of love raining from the skies above." Tiny bubbles filled the spaces in my head. I was happy, I was glad that I got out of bed. The music took control of me. I threw away my threads. If you want to join the party, just say yes. You'll be filled with love from the skies above. The ukuleles of love raining from the skies above. Ukuleles of love. The ukuleles of love. Welcome to Midnight Ukulele Disco. We're back, and we're badder than ever, and Bliss Blood is in the house. Bliss.
Hey.
So much fun playing with you. Welcome
Yes.
to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
It's been a while, and we're glad to have you here. And wow, what we saw at the opening of the show was just a taste of what's to come, because Bliss and I spent a lovely afternoon out at Greenwood Cemetery. Tell us a little bit about that. This is a little bit of your neighborhood out there. And,
Right. Well, I guess it originally opened in the 1800s, and it used to be a tourist attraction. Back in about the 1840s, people would pay a quarter to ride through on a carriage and see all the beautiful monuments.
We found a few of those beautiful monuments, and quite inspiring for playing uke as well. Now you're locally known, I guess, at least in my mind anyway, as the ukulele noir gal of New York. You're about the most dark and mysterious uke player we've got.
I'm the femme fatale.
This is, and you've been playing uke for a while. This is kind of like a profession of yours, right?
Yeah, I've been playing for 12 years, and for the last 6, I haven't had a job. So, except for playing.
Except for playing, great. So take us back a little bit to, I guess, what brought you to the ukulele, and then what brought you to New York?
Well, I used to be a rock musician in Houston, and around, I guess, 1995, I decided I wanted to get into singing jazz. So I really liked 1920s music, and it seemed like the ukulele was the obvious choice, and also very portable for life in New York, taking public transportation.
So you picked up the uke after you arrived in New York, or on your way here?
About 6 months before I moved here, and then when I got here, I got a gig playing solo right away. So I started right off as soon as I got to New York. There was a place for me as an artist.
So you arrived in New York as Bliss Blood, or is that a creation you obviously nurtured that creation here, as well as a few other bands that you've created and played with here over the years? What are some of those bands?
Well, my original band in Texas was the Pain Teens, and we did 6 albums while I was in that band, and a lot of touring. We toured Europe and we toured the U.S. a lot, and then when I moved here, I started a band called Planet Philly with Dame Darcy, and did that for a while, a band called Lovecraft, and then I started the Moonlighters, which has been the longest lived of those. We've been together since '98.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. I guess you've been playing uke then on the New York scene since before there was a New York uke scene, perhaps.
Yeah. I was really excited to see it kind of growing up around me, and I'm really, so thrilled to be part of it with all the other up-and-coming uke players around town.
So what were the early sort of responses you got when you first, like your band Moonlighters was playing with you and you brought out your ukulele? What sort of response did you get?
Well, people were surprisingly open-minded and liked it. I mean, it didn't ever really go very well in rock clubs, because we had steel guitar also, and it was sort of like, it was sort of before the whole acoustic music thing really took off also. Now everybody's playing acoustic music and, bluegrass and banjo and stuff like that. But at the time it seemed very weird. Another rock guy, Henry Bogdan from Helmet, was in the band playing steel guitar, and people were just kind of like, what are they doing? Hawaiian music. So, but as time went on, people really dug it, and we play a lot of weddings and private parties and a lot of clubs around town. And
hardest working uke gal in town, I would say. Who were some of the other early uke players then who you sort of bounced around with way back when? Were there other uke players, or was it really a lot smaller than that?
No, there really weren't. There really weren't. I mean, Dame Darcy played the banjo, and other than that, there really weren't too many other uke players around. It just was maybe the last 3 or 4 years that I started to realize there was a whole ukulele thing happening, and I said, hey, I want to be a part of that. So
cool. So Bliss is now playing with the Moonlighters and another band, a new band that you've started up as well, right?
Night Call.
Night Call.
Right.
I've heard a little bit of them performing, and that's quite a different sound once again.
That's sort of the crime jazz style. I met this guy named Stu Spasm, who plays really interesting guitar, very influenced by the early 60s, and his dad was a musician back when he was a kid, so he's really into like James Bond themes and stuff like that, so we sort of took that as our starting point.
Great, that's Night Call. We've got more clips with Bliss, and this is another one from Greenwood Cemetery, and then we'll be here in the studio with Bliss live with more ukulele, and just wait to hear what's happening. We'll catch you in a minute after this.
Every little raindrop that whispers through the thunder is whispering from me to you, and asking why did you fly? so close beside you and dances brightly at your feet, is coaxing you to return in the direction of my street. That rainy day when you went away, we agreed to be just friends, just friends. But every time you're near, suddenly it's clear just why the rain never ends. Any little raindrop could be the one that finds you alone beneath the raging sky. Kiss you just where I long to, kiss away the tears you cry, kiss away the tears you cry. Okay, I'd like to start with a song that I wrote with my band Night Call with Stu Spasm, and sort of our take on the next James Bond movie theme in our imagination. Don't look too closely or you'll find he has a mercenary mind. He'll be your man if you can pay. And when the gold is in his hand, he'll acquiesce to your demand. Play any game you want to play. Charming smile, and if there's blood spilled on the scent, a minor incident won't disrupt his style. He'll never leave you feeling down, so glad to know that he's around. No job's too dirty or too cold. He'll handle everything with ease, no questions asked, he's bound to please. His loyalty is bought and sold. And if it all gets out of hand, he's right there with a charming smile. And if there's blood spilled on the sand, a minor incident won't disrupt his style. Don't look too closely or you'll find he has a mercenary mind. He'll be your man if you can pay. Anything that you ask, he'll do for you. Anyone you want lost, he'll lose. Rumor has it that there's no blood inside his veins. Black water flows instead of blood. Okay, now I'd like to do a song that I wrote with the Moonlighters. It's a song about a hobo. All the world looks so grand from a boxcar, and it's at my command from a boxcar. As I ride free, just me. People can't understand, but I don't care. I go anywhere the rails will take me. I just roll on endlessly, left my shadow so far behind me, move so fast that it won't ever find me. Put my whole life and troubles on a boxcar, and they died in the rumbles of a boxcar. Now I ride free, just me, left that stifling routine for a boxcar. And now I'm alone, and the wide world is my home. Carefree I ride as those hills and valleys glide, no one telling me when I have to stop. Got to have my leeway, drifting the day I heard the roadways call. All right, now I'd like to do a song by my new band, Night Call. And this is called, trying to decide which one to do. I like them all. This is called Femme Fatale. Do you feel me? I'm close enough to touch you. Do you need me? I'm close enough to push you. Do you want me? I'm near enough to make you fall. Do you feel me? I'm close enough to touch you. Do you need me? I'm close enough to push you. Do you want me? I'm near enough to make you fall. Oh, fall into my arms. Deep in the darkness, my face is every lovely face. Deep in the darkness, you'll never see my face. It's better that way, because you'll never know me, except for one way. I'm your femme fatale. I can use you after all. I'm your femme fatale. Gonna help you end it all. Do you feel me? I'm close enough to touch you. Do you need me? I'm close enough to push you. Do you want me? I'm near enough to make you fall. Do you feel me? I'm close enough to touch you. Do you need me? I'm close enough to push you. Do you want me? I'm near enough to make you fall. Oh, fall into my arms. Deep in the darkness, my face is every lovely face. Deep in the darkness, you'll never see my face. It's better that way, because you'll never know me, except for one way. I'm your femme fatale. I can use you after all. I'm your femme fatale. Gonna help you end it all. Thanks. Big city, here I come. Didn't need to use my thumb. I got a boxcar with a boxcar with a view. Watching the world go by, I know how it feels to fly in my boxcar with a view. I'm talking about the Wonder Wheel. So much left to see, big city calling me. Not sure just what I'm gonna do. I just had to go, 'cause in my heart I know each day will be brand new. Got to be strong, got to be brave. Grab myself the life I crave. Big city coming soon, be there tomorrow noon. In my boxcar with a view. In my boxcar with a view. Got to ambulate, I just can't wait. Sailing, watch me cover ground. Got to bat around, hook right out of town. 1-2 Texarkana bound. On the heel and toe, gotta see a man I know. Picking him up and laying him down. Gonna take the air, gallivant out of there. 1-2 Texarkana bound. When I see that red clay, that'll be a sweet day. My traipsing days will be all through. When I see that gate swing, that'll be a fine thing. And my way-worn soul will feel brand new. Hobnail Express, only got one dress. Footloose, ain't got anyone. Gonna beat my way, counting ties all day. 1-2 Texarkana bound. Oh, when I see that red clay, that'll be a sweet day. My traipsing days are gonna be all through. When I see that gate swing, that'll be a fine thing. And my way-worn soul will feel brand new. Strident, mighty strong, now it won't be long. 1-2 Texarkana bound.
All right, Bliss. That was so much fun. And it was so
was
much
fun.
fun hearing you in the studio as well.
Thank you.
What were those songs you were playing?
Well, first I played Blackwater, and then I played, what did I play? Oh, I totally forgot.
We'll review the tape and find that out. But also
And
Al
then
Duval
I
on
played Femme Fatale, yeah.
Femme Fatale, right. Al Duval in the tape there.
Right.
That was cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Al
You
Duval's great.
guys make a great duo. Hey,
Thank
have you
you.
got another song? We're
As it happens, I do.
oh, would you mind playing it for us?
I'd love to play it.
Great, thanks, Bliss.
A year ago, we parted, and I was downhearted. Just being friends would never do. And now we're reacquainted, and all the stars seem fresh painted. And here's what I long to say to you. Hello, heartstring, where have you been? If you could only read my mind, what a tale you'd find. If I could, I would be bound forever, and I'd never sever me from you. You won't believe it's true, but I've been missing you. I dream of kissing you. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's give it one more chance, one more slow dance. Heartstring, let's cling, tie my heart to you. Hello, heartstring, where have you been? If you could only read my mind, what a tale you'd find. If I could, I would be bound forever, and I'd never sever me from you. I'd never sever me from you. I'd never sever me from you.
All right, Bliss. It's been great having you in the studio.
Thank you.
People can find out more about where you're playing. So many performances coming up at blissblood.com, right?
Yes, a lot of ukulele shows too.
Wow. Check that out. And also, I want to show you we're broadcasting live on the internet today, ukuleledisco.com/live, and thanks for joining in. And hi to everyone out in cyber world. We'll see you in a week's time. Bye.
Bye. Blues on my mind, blues all around my head. Blues on my mind, blues all around my head. I dreamed last night that the man that I loved was dead. I went to the graveyard, fell down on my knees. I went to the graveyard, fell down on my knees. And I asked the grave digger to give me back my real good man, please. The grave digger looked me in the eye. The grave digger looked me in the eye. He said, "I'm sorry, lady, but your man has said his last goodbye." I tore out my hair and I wanted to scream. I tore out my hair and I wanted to scream. But when I woke up, I found it was only a dream.